us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
The views and opinions expressed on Trudging Together are solely those of the host, co-host, and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the views of any organization, fellowship, or other entity, and definitely not your boss, your neighbor, or that one guy in your home group. The content of this program is not intended to replace medical, psychological, or professional advice. If you're looking for that, please seek guidance from qualified professionals who spent way too many years in school. What you'll hear here is based on lived experience, recovery journeys, and the occasional bad coffee-fueled joke. Trudging Together is not affiliated with any 12-step fellowship. We are simply people sharing our stories and walking this path together, one day at a time. Thank you for joining us, and remember, recovery is serious business, but that doesn't mean we can't laugh along the way.
Fuck yeah, it's Wednesday. You know what day it is? Do you know what day it is? Do you have that person at your work every Wednesday? You know what day it is? It's hump day. Hi, Amber. What is it? Sorry, I'm munching on Tums. Tums. So things are going to change. Changes, stop and stay the same. Changes. All right. Not with other stuff, with me. So I finally got enough sleep. About time. Which means I have several spoons today. So I have about 4 spoons. I really liked how my therapist put that, so I'm going to be utilizing it. I'm going to steal it. What can you expect? I'm not reaching out to RCOs, Adams County, any of it anymore. I'm not doing it. I'll get a hold of Michael Morisco over at Community Reach Center because we get along really well. That's more of a relationship than it is a business thing. It's more personal. So I'm going to do what Dion wants to do. What does he turn to face? Is that the right side? He has to turn and face the strange, doesn't he? Isn't that what he's talking about? Turn and face the strange. Let's do this. Give me the lyrics to Changes. There we go. Let's find out. That's the wrong. No, not that one. Changes by. Oh my God. I forgot what his name. How come I can't remember his name? I had all my spoons and I guess I lost my marbles. I can see his face and everything. All right. I don't remember. Somebody give it to me, please. I can't remember any of his other songs. Oh. Who sings Changes? No, it's not Black Sabbath. No, is that what we're looking at? I know it's a different song. I know it's a different song. Why can't I remember his name? It's going to drive me crazy. We ain't doing shit till we figure this out. Shrek soundtrack.
Here's a summary from Spotify.
But it doesn't tell me
Stay
who.
Home. I'm a Believer sound.
Yeah, it's. If I can remember another song that he did. All right, we'll get to it. David Bowie. Thank you. And Michelle put it up too. David Bowie, Changes. It's not the name of the song. That's why it's fucking. It changes. Look. Wow. The name of the song. I said Changes, not going through changes. Still, I don't know what I was waiting for, and my time was running wild. A million dead-end streets. Every time I thought I got it made, it seems. So I turned myself to face me. There we go. So now we have the answer to Michelle's question. What does he turn to face? He turns to face himself. Right? So I turn to face me, but I never caught a glimpse of how often others must see the faker. I'm much too fast to take the test. Ooh, man, if that isn't apropos today. Thank you, Mr. Bowie. Thank you. Yeah, because that's part of what I'm going through. I know why I've been feeling fake, because I'm not being totally me. I don't follow. I lead. I'm not going to. I could go back and get my stuff, my certificates and everything, but I'm not gonna pay for a class, number one, that I already know, and number two, that's taught by somebody who doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. It ain't gonna happen. I do not have the patience for that bullshit. Other people might, but I do not. So Dion is going to start doing whatever the fuck Dion wants to now. Yeah. There will be no more codependency. There's not going to be any more. So I'm hanging out with the people that love me. I'm done chasing these people, trying to convince them and things like that. We got better things to do. We got people to help. If God wants me to help somebody, he is going to bring them to me. He will. I absolutely believe that. So I'm done. Sit. And I'm doing it for me, because I don't fit in that. All the time I hear people that, oh, Dion, you're really good. If you went to work at Detox, you'd be the best. Even those comments get me a little pissy, and I'll tell you why. Because you're saying I'm different, and I'm not. Then take what I have, steal it, use it, please. Steal, take whatever you need from me and leave the rest. Maybe not all of it. Okay. You don't need to take my PTSD and my anxiety. If you don't have it, good job on you. Good job on you for staying away from the trauma or dealing with your trauma in an appropriate way. I did not. That wasn't me. All right. Finger still hurts. All right. You know what time it is? It is time for Dion to do whatever the fuck you want. No, it's time for Dion's Daily Funnies. I will probably be doing a lot of swearing in the next couple days till I find some balance in this. But I think I'm going to look for a job, but it's not going to be in the recovery field. No. My other idea that I was talking about, that is a go. That is perfect. Daily trudge, not going anywhere. Okay, whatever I do right now to hang out with my friends, that's not going anywhere. Nope. Right? Still do podcasting, but I give fuck less who you are anymore. I just don't care. Because I brought on Jeff Allen. No, it didn't do anything. It did not increase my numbers. They didn't share it. Okay. And if we're not going to share, then I don't want to be a part of it. All right, let's do it. And please don't take this as anger. This is more passions. All right. We're going to scroll down a lot because, wow, I think we have almost gone through all of them. Okay. I got an A on my origami assignment when I turned paper into my teacher. You know what origami is? It's folding a paper for it to look like something, right? All right. How many stormtroopers does it take to change a light bulb? None, because they're all on the dark side. Which is actually not true. That's not totally true, but it's a joke. So we're going to go with the joke. All right. Stormtroopers are not necessarily on the dark side. They're just following orders. All right. Anyway, if your house is cold, just stand in the corner. It's always 90 degrees there. Hi, I'm Cliff. Drop over sometime. All right. This one's a little bit longer. Did you hear about the guy who went to the doctor for a headache? The doctor examined his ear and found money. The doctor kept pulling it out until he had $1,999. Then the doctor said, "No wonder you're not feeling too grand." Day late and a dollar short, right? Let's do a couple more. Fuck it. Dad, when he puts the car in reverse. Ah, this takes me back. Here's a good one for my Marvel fans. What do you call security guards for Samsung? Guardians of the Galaxy. Wow. Oh my God, there's a lot of chat here. Amber says, Google recommends sharing to your story and asking people to share directly. I hate doing it, but doing it so I do that. That's exactly what I do. So when you come on, Amber, you went through the process. I asked you to share it with your friends. That's how I get new listeners. That's exactly how I do it. But Jeff Allen didn't share it. If you don't share it, it doesn't help my process any. It's the one thing I ask people to do. Unless you're trying to be, there's some people they don't want anybody to know who they are, so they don't send it to anybody. But right, ChatGPT does not recommend that you do that. Actually, people are getting tired of it. So I don't know. If you find a better way that doesn't feel so promote-y, please let me know. I'm willing to check it out, take a look at it. We do this, and because Amber and I do it all the time. We share each other's stuff. Michelle shares my stuff all the time. Yeah, so share my stuff, man. Come on, get on the ball. What's wrong with you? Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion, aka the Podfada. Ooh, there we go. There's my first sock puppet. I've already got the voice. I'll just do a New York accent. If you're here, say hello, whether watching the live or the rewatch. We could even call it the Podfather, and he could be like the main, maybe he could be like a family, and the Podfather is an alcoholic. All right. Amber also says word of mouth, just keep talking. Yeah, it's one way. I asked someone to follow my page today. They hearted my message but didn't follow page. Like, duh, fuck. Yeah, I hear you. I've been getting weird messages lately. Right? I got one from my mom. Okay. Now I sent her a text about a month ago saying, "Hey, I'm doing Jeff Allen's going to be on the show." That was on January 20th, right? And my mom writes me back the other day, "With love and compassion, you have my approval." I don't know what she's talking about. Love them all. Okay, love you too, Mom. I'm not sure. There's a good chance I'm missing something here. My memory isn't what it used to be, man. My memory used to be sharp as a tack. Now it's more like a faded pair of scissors that won't cut, a paper bag. It's like children's left-handed scissors when you're right-handed. Right? Yeah. All right. Today we're talking about when recovery goes against our natural instincts. It's kind of a tough one because we have a lot of natural instincts, right? And we're going to be in the 12 by 12 sum. Let's see how well Chat GPT did for us today. Hey, I don't hide what I use. Okay. You can see people doing this stuff. I mean, come on. You know, when the light changes on their face to a little bit brighter, you know that I've changed pages. I'm sure it happens here often. But yes, I'm reading from something. What it does, it gives me these little lines, and I come up with the rest. Right? I come up with the rest. Michelle says, "Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?" Right? It's like rain on your wedding day. It's like it's. I'm a big. I'm an Alanis Morissette fan. I listen to a lot of different kind of music. I listen to good music, what I consider good music, right? So we're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character, right? Now that we've gone through 4 and 5, we've sat down with our sponsor, we have figured out our character defects, right? I have all the character defects listed right here. This is a 4-step. This is a 4-step that Came to Believe uses. All right. Takes about 30 minutes to fill out, and then you're done with your 4-step, according to this, right? But what I really like about this is it gives you every single character defect, every single one. But what I really like is then they give you the opposite of that defect. And that's what we're going for here, right? What are the opposites of these defects? You already forgot. You already know your character is a defect. So fear is courage, self-pity, self-forgetfulness, self-justification, humility, self-importance, modesty, self-condemnation, self-evaluation, dishonesty, honesty, impatience, patience, right? And it gets right down to it. I really like this. I do. They did a good job of it. It made me I had to think on it a little bit though, because for me it was still a little too short. But when I have sponsees that are taking 2 months to get the 4-step complete, that's way too long. I'm thinking, I'm thinking 4 or 5 hours total between 4 and 5. I think that sounds about right. So I myself am looking into these different ways. In fact, Amber, I'd love it if you sat down and showed me how you take people through the 4-step. That way I have another way of doing it too. The more skills I have, the more I can help people, right? And I've got to stay open-minded. I don't know everything here. I don't know all the ways to do it. I know my way, and that's kind of what I share here. So we've got to stay open-minded. Okay. And that very much goes along with the instincts of thinking I am right and they are wrong. Right. And I can't, as an alcoholic, I can't have that mindset. I've got to be open-minded to different things. And I tell you now, there are some things I am still very closed-minded on. Yeah, I am. I'm discovering them. It's part of why I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay. It's time for Dion to discover himself. It's time. Okay. When I feel guilty for not doing things, I'm not going to feel like I have to be the one to get things taken care of, right? These are all not good things. He is not sold out. Who wants to go and see Jeff Allen in Colorado Springs with me on March 11th? Let me know. We'll take some friends. Michelle says my old sponsor gave me a column per week. It took 8 weeks. Okay. And you were consistent. Amber says, ask Tyler to take you through the steps. He's almost done. That's a no. Do you know how many times I've been turned down? A lot. Amber doesn't love me. That's not true, folks. She'll do it. We'll see. All right. Step 6 explains our defects didn't come from nowhere, right? They developed from our basic instincts of security, self-esteem, and relationships, right? And I did ask ChatGPT to go to the 12 by 12 and utilize step 6. I asked it to do that. So let's go here real quick. In AA meetings all over the world, statements like these are heard daily. It is plain for everybody to see that each sober AA member has been granted a release from this very obstinate and potentially fatal obsession. So in a very complete and literal way, all AAs have become entirely ready to have God remove the mania for alcohol from their lives and God has proceeded to do exactly that. So we already have proof in the pudding. We already have proof. So what we're going to do now is utilize faith. Okay? Trust and faith. Having been granted a perfect release, the only thing that was going to release your obsession was it would have to be perfect. That's why no human being can do it. I had to, this is the way that I put it. Okay? Alcohol is a demonic spirit, and only God can you do an exorcism. Only God can do that. Now he utilizes his people to do that. Absolutely he does. But only the word of God works. And it's the same thing here. I was allowing a demon to pretty much take over me and do whatever the fuck it wanted. Okay? I'm dangerous all by myself, but you put alcohol in, and then I just don't care. All right? This is the riddle of our existence, the full answer to which may be only in the mind of God. Nevertheless, at least part of the answer to it is apparent to us. When men and women pour so much alcohol into themselves that they destroy their lives, they commit a most unnatural act. Okay? That unnatural act is suicide. That's what they're talking about here. Okay? We alcoholics, yes, if you are putting alcohol in your body, knowing it is injuring you, knowing that it is taking away from your life, you are committing suicide on the installment plan. Defying their instinctive desires for self-preservation, they seem bent upon self-destruction. And that's what it seems like, but really we're not. I can tell you this, at the end, I didn't want to live anymore. But I didn't want to die either. No, it was more of, it would be better for everyone around me if I just wasn't here. It was the easier, softer way in my mind. Just think of what it would have done to everybody in my family. You know? So when I'm doing it with alcohol, I'm literally prolonging. They're watching me die. Your kids, your husbands, your wives, your aunties, your friends, your coworkers, they were literally watching you die day by day. And that's sad. Yeah. Amber says, wait, you just want me to show you the step journal so I'm not smuggling you into the sponsorship monthly meeting anymore? Actually, I'd be happy to show up for that. I am, like I said, I'm making changes. I'm about AA now. Fuck the rest of it. Yeah. So if you would show me how to do your step journal, that would be cool. And I'm happy to, as long as it doesn't interfere with other stuff, I'll go to that. Right? And I'll go because you back me. So I'm going to back you. That's what I'm doing now. I'm all about loyalty. And I got several friends in my life that love what I do. And do I need more? No, I don't. No. So this is a good thing. It's a good thing. All right. So I'm going to skip over the last part because we don't really need it. Well, let's just talk about it. They work against their own deepest instinct as they are humbled by the terrific beating administered by alcohol. The grace of God can enter in them and expel their obsession. Exorcism. Here, their powerful instinct to live can cooperate fully with their Creator's desire to give them a new life. For nature and God alike abhor suicide. You know, that last line I don't go for. I don't. I don't think God abhors suicide. I think, yeah, they just, well, what was I doing? Right? I don't want God to abhor me. And I don't agree with it. I don't. So, but most of our other difficulties don't fall under such a category at all. Every normal person wants, for example, to eat, to reproduce, to be somebody in society of his fellows, and he wishes to be reasonably safe and secure as he tries to attain these things. Indeed, God made him that way. He did not design man to destroy himself by alcohol, but he did give man instincts to help him stay alive. Yes, we did. That's why people get angry about things, or they get defensive and things like that, right? Amber says, you're an alcoholic, you always need more. I would agree with that. I'm not going to disagree with that. Michelle says, Amber, you're on a roll today, but it's Dion's show. Amber says, I'm the sideshow. So it's great with me. Fine with me. This weekend, we're going to be talking, and it looks like I'm going to be adding another podcast on. I'll be me, my wife, and my daughter, Kira. It's going to be the three of us. So, all right. So, what happens is these instincts become defects because Dion overdoes everything. Your sideshow, Bob. That makes me Bart. Oh no, that makes me whoever the other guy is that Kelsey Grammer does. I forget his name. I know it's not David Bowie though. So what? Instincts become, at least they did for me, selfish, fear, pride, anger, control, jealousy. And those overused or misused instincts, good instincts, these were good instincts, became harmful behavior. I overdid it. Krusty, yeah, thank you, Krusty the Clown. All right. Sideshow Bob was Kelsey Grammer did that one. Okay, now I got it straight. So our survival tools became our problems. Now what are we gonna do about it? What are we gonna do about all this? You know, willingness is a great tool, and the principle behind step 6 is willingness. That's the principle. So what are we doing here? Well, we are becoming willing to take a look at these character defects. Well, we already have in 4 and 5. Good job. Right? Now we're going to ask God to get rid of them. But unlike the obsession for alcohol, there is not a perfect release. Okay? Because, and why is that? Because alcohol doesn't belong in your body. Here you can compare alcohol and anger. These two are way different. But it was an obsession for alcohol. Yeah, exactly. For alcohol. Okay. So when it comes to character defects, what do? We do the best we can with what we got for the day. But understanding that we have them is the biggest part. That is the biggest part. Does Dion still get angry? Yes, he does. It is a basic human emotion. Does Dion want to eat and be comfortable? And yeah, certainly I do. I'm a human being. But I do not let these exceed what they actually are. It's cool stuff. All right. So, what about those half measures? Half measures will avail us nothing. All right. You have to be entirely ready. Ready. Okay. Well, Dion, that sounds like a lot. Have you ever gone out to the movies and had to get ready first? You ever get ready to go out on a date? I had to get ready to do this. It's really all it is. It's setting it up to do it. That's what entirely ready is. I'm setting myself up to remove these defects of character. Are they going to be removed from me like they were the obsession to drink? No. All right. If you want that, if you want to be void of all natural instincts, there is a way. It is called a frontal lobotomy. And that means somebody will have to wipe your ass for the rest of your life. because you will not be capable of doing it. You will be a vegetable. So there is a way out, but it's not a very good one. Right? There's a reason we quit doing it. Right? So we're not partly ready. We're not selectively ready. We're not ready for some defects. What we want is relief from the pain of our defects, but we still want the benefits. What are the benefits that they're talking about? Utilizing a different tool. You doing it differently. It isn't just always peace and joy and happiness. No, that's all we're talking. We're talking about balance here. Right? So the benefits are the new tools. And why is that a benefit? Because you can teach other people that, and then they can live a better life. Right? So, if I want to stop the anger, we still want control. We want humility. We still want recognition. Right? There's little parts, and don't think too low of yours. I'm going to tell you right now, every now and again, I go through where's my recognition, God? Huh? Where's mine? I go through it. I'll even come on here and talk about it every night. Yeah. Doesn't last very long. So, the turning point. We stood at the turning point. We asked his protection with complete abandon. Says it right there. How it works, right? So the turning point here is willingness. Brought it up a little bit earlier. And willingness is indispensable. It doesn't run out. You can't run out of willingness. Right? What else? A readiness, openness to change. Right? So step 6 is the bridge between awareness and the transformation. Okay. Now, I noticed something in the step because our steps are based off 6 tenets. Okay? 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 12. Those are the tenets from Oxford Group. What did Bill do? He put a preparation step in front of it. He used cognitive behavioral therapy, and he put a preparation stage in front of it. So it goes clinical, spiritual, clinical, spiritual, clinical, spiritual. And we get a balance of things in AA. Whether they did that on purpose or not, I don't know. Doesn't matter because it's working. It's the right way. Right? So we have that bridge. Right? Now, step 6 talks a lot about perfection. And no, we're not perfect. We know that. Segment 6 here says progress, not perfection. If you listen to me at all, that's not the line. That's not the line. See, ChatGPT is just going out grabbing the popular stuff and bringing it back, but it's wrong. And I've told it like 3-4 times. I don't use that. Right? So we claim spiritual progress, not spiritual perfection. That's the line. It's totally different now, isn't it? It's totally different. Okay? This is what I do. I utilize perfection to create progress. That's what I do. I'm okay with it. You don't need to do it that way. I already know I'm not going to be perfect in this lifetime. There will be a day that I'm perfect. That'll be the day I'm dead and I won't be here anymore. That is the day Dion will be perfect. Until then, I'm going to strive as best as I can to get to that. But you're never going to reach it. Doesn't matter. When you accomplish something, was it the end result? No. It was everything you did to get to that result. That was the adventure. Did you watch Lord of the Rings or or Harry Potter or any of that. Yeah, show's kind of over once the bad guy's gone, huh? Once the ring was thrown into the pits of Mordor, it was kind of over with. Now, what would have happened if in the first movie Harry defeated Voldemort? Wouldn't be much of a movie series, would it? Works the same way here, right? So we don't become perfect, we become willing. And it says recovery isn't about perfection, it's about direction. It's, yeah, blah, blah. But that is true. Recovery isn't about perfection, it is about direction. It's true. Yeah. So we don't remove defects of character. We stand ready to change. You think you're going to know all of it? You think you're going to sit down and remember everything in your 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th? No, there are other things that are going to come up. That's why we have 10, 11, and 12. That's why we have that. There are things that I forgot to put on my 4th step, and I had to kind of go back and redo it, kind of get it done. But it's a 10th step. I don't have to sit down and redo a whole 4th step on it, right? So step 6 teaches us to stop forcing change and start allowing change, right? And that's what I did for myself this morning. I gave myself permission to just be who I am now. So things are going to get weirder. Oh, so the instincts turned into defects, but those defects turned into readiness, and that readiness leads us to transformation. Isn't that what we're looking for? Transformation, trying to be a different person, a better person. Right? It's not gonna be easy to do. I mean, I'm coming up on 10 years and I'm just now saying I'm gonna find out who Dion is. All right. So the rest of the stuff, yeah, I don't know. I'm doing it. I always get weird answers. Yeah. You know, so if they need something, they all got my phone number. Yeah. All right. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you, Sideshow Bob and Michelle. All right. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out. And keep on trudging.